All right, gents, so this is going to be a series of what you can do with your leftover meat. In this case, if you guys haven't seen the barbacoa video, I'll put it right over here. Basically, this is the other half of the brisket, right? But you can use trimmings, whatever you want. If you do a really good trim job on briskets, pork butts, on anything really, you're going to have a whole bunch of leftover. And I wanted to go ahead and see what we can do with these leftovers. So let's get started. All right, so we got all the brisket in here. Let's go ahead and weigh it out and see what she comes out with. So we got about 4,000 grams or 4 kilos of brisket right over here. Now, if I had known that this was a whole half brisket and it was just random trimmings here and there, whatever, I would have separated a lot of this fat. I would have separated a lot of this fat from all this meat, measure them both independently, and get yourself a nice 25-75 ratio, 30-70, or whatever you like. Now, with that being said, I had this pork butt in the freezer. I don't know how long, man. It's been a good minute. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use at least some of it to mix it up with this beef, you know, and get a really good sausage ratio, a really good beef to pork ratio. Give it a little bit more flavor. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, boys. Now that we got everything going, make sure that this thing is nice and frozen, just like we did. And let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on. Oh, this thing is a little bit loose. Remember, when it's cold, it shrinks up the metal a little bit. So make sure everything is nice and tight. So there it is, boys. So this is, if I had to do it in pounds, I believe this is about 11.7 pounds, give or take. I'm going to go ahead and leave a calculator at in the description below. That way you can enter the pounds that you're going to use, and it's automatically going to change everything. It's going to convert it from pounds to grams, and then on the other side, it's going to give you the automatic calculator on how much salt, how much everything. It's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and do salt. Cayenne pepper, pink curing salt, black pepper. We're going for a traditional Texas style, bro, but with a couple of things here and there. Paprika, yellow mustard seeds. These are pretty awesome, man. So I highly recommend to go ahead and use them. If you don't have any, I try and get some, man, because this is pretty awesome. Granulated garlic, and we're gonna use some of this chud rub right over here, bro. I've always used voodoo with sausages, but I'm going to go ahead and give this chud rub a try because it's very flavorful when it comes to beef or pork. It's very, very awesome. And if you guys haven't checked out the chud rub that I've used in the past, I'm going to go ahead and leave a video right over here. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to use milk powder as a binder. Boom. And last but not least, for our water, we're going to use beer. Now, I'm not really much of a drinker, if any, but you know, this is going to give it a little bit more extra flavor. We're going to mix this right on up. That way it makes it so much easier to incorporate into the meat, man. You know, I've done the water after while we're kneading and everything, but sometimes you'll end up getting a little bit of pockets. And what I mean by that is that, say you mix it around with your hands and everything, right? And then you add the water. Some areas are going to be heavy with, say, pepper, right? And another one will still have some pepper, but not as much. It's not going to be as uniform. So hopefully this makes it a little bit more uniform all around. All right, so I had to use 2 of these. As you guys are already seen sometimes in previous videos, I really need to get a mixer, but man, they're a little bit on the expensive side. All right, so we're gonna do half over here and half over here. Now comes the difficult part, bro. Let's go ahead and start kneading this in. All right, you know what, bro? Had to bust out my wife's Bosch. She uses it for cakes, for all kinds of stuff. This thing is killing my hand, so I'm gonna throw in a bit at a time, man. And let's see how this works. I have never tried this before. Hopefully everything turns out well, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. See what we got. I don't want to overload it either, so I'm only gonna throw this. Let's go ahead and see what she. Oh man, that's pretty awesome. You know what? Let me load it up a little bit more. Man, this motor is strong as hell. I've tried it on the KitchenAid before. Nah, the KitchenAid doesn't have anything against this, bro. This thing is awesome. All right, one more time. Oh, bro, that looks awesome. Bro, that looks awesome. Look at that. Boys, you guys already know the drill from here. Let's go ahead and stuff this bad boy. Make sure there's no pockets. Now the size that I'm going for is going to be the black's size. What I mean by that, it's going to be about yay big horn. I mean, it's going to be like this size rope, somewhere around here. So let's go ahead and get to it. Make it nice and plump. So about this size is what we're going to do. So now we're going to go ahead and pull this, get a decent amount. There we go. Now tie this end off. I believe Black's Barbecue, they use butcher's twine, but I don't feel like cutting up all that much butcher's twine. So there it is. Look at that little cute little guy right there. Ain't that nice? All right, so let's go ahead and continue making some of these, man. And this is what we got, boys. Look at all that sausage. All right, time to go ahead and put it into the fridge. Let them dry overnight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. So one of the things that I have here, gents, is this rod right over here. Now this is from the rotisserie, right, that I have here for the gas grill. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this to hold our sausages in place. I've never done this. I can't really recommend it right now because I don't know how it's gonna work out. But that's why we do these things, man. That's why we do these things. All right, so we ended up fitting 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 right on top, and the rest we put them down here. Now let's go ahead and leave it in smoke mode, 180 degrees, and we'll leave it there for about 2 hours, and then we'll check up on it in a bit. All right, boys, so it's been about 2 hours. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't they look nice? Look at that nice red color right there. I'm using Bear Mountain Bold Pellets. These are 100% strong as hell. I highly recommend getting them. Between it and Lumberjack, I'm gonna have to do a review on it because I gotta tell you, man, Bear Mountain is making some really good stuff. So the good thing about having this rod right here is that I don't have to flip it. You know, both sides, I'm not sure if you guys can see it right there, but both sides have a lot of color. I don't know if you can see it right there, but both sides, they have a really good amount of color. So there's no need to go ahead and spin these one bit at all. Man, I kind of wish I would have put a little bit more. Or if I had another rod, I can go ahead and put 2 of them in there. Fantastic. For the ones on the bottom, I definitely have to flip them, unfortunately. You know, it's just one of those things, man, where you just have to flip them. You know, I mean, it is what it is. It's whatever. I don't really mind it, but I like having this ease right there. Plus, it looks pretty badass. All right, guys. So let's give it, I want to say maybe about another hour and a half or so, give or take, and then we'll see what's up. So 3 hours and 40 minutes has passed by. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. Bro. Oh, okay. Now we're on to something. Now they're nice and plump. They're nice and good. All right, so it's time to go ahead and take them out. The first ones I'm going to take out are obviously going to be these bottom ones, since those are going to be the easiest ones. And we're gonna put them into an ice chest, man. Make sure that we shock the casings. We stop the cooking process. There we go. Look at that, boys. This is awesome, man. Even if you have a pellet smoker, you can still somewhat do a traditional style sausage deal. Now that the sausages have cooled off, we're gonna go ahead and put them right inside. Got the temperature at 270 degrees. Look at this thing, man. Look at that. Little short links, man. I really like the style of them. Kind of like that Black's barbecue, right? Pretty awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and put them in here. And we'll give them maybe about at 270, I'm thinking somewhere around 20 to 30 minutes or so. So we'll check back. Boys, let's go ahead and check on it. Ooh. Bro, this thing is going to pop in my hand. I hope not. Ow, this thing is burning the hell out of me. But look at this, man. Look at how plump. Ah. Wow. And with that, we'll go ahead and let these things rest. But I want to show you something. Look at this, man. Especially this one. This thing is going to pop like I can't even squeeze this out. All right. But you guys already know what the deal is, man. These things are ready to go. Now, if you could leave it a little bit longer, but just understand that you might actually pop it, man. So whenever it feels like a stiff Sunday morning, that's when you know that you need to take them out. And that's exactly what I ended up doing here, man. But I really, really like this style. Like this short rope, right? I really enjoy this style. I don't know what it is, but it makes it feel a little bit more traditional, I guess you would say. But let's go ahead and see how they taste. There we go. So I believe Blacks, they cut this way. I'm gonna do it both ways regardless, but let's go ahead and see how this one turned out. You got a little mustard seed action right there, man. Let's go ahead and cut up a slice right over here. Bro. Oh yeah. All right. I enjoy it. It's not as it doesn't punch you in your face. Super snappy. Let's see if this thing is snappy. I already cut up one end, but still, you know, sometimes whenever you cut this end a little bit, you won't get the full snap because the meat is gonna try and come out. But if I stuffed it real good, it shouldn't have a problem. So let's give it a shot. Like nothing. It's not a bad sausage. It's not overpowering. It has plenty of seasonings. You can tell that it still has quite a bit of black pepper in there, which I like a lot. The mustard seeds, it gives it a bit more flavor profile because you actually bite into the seed itself, which is really good. You get a little bit of heat from the cayenne, but it's not hot at all. You just get like a taste of it. But man, this thing is pretty solid. Just like that. Very good.